If you've ever launched in your business or plan on launching soon, then you know, or you'll quickly find out, that launch period can be a stressful period. The planning, the content, the panic if no one buys, the selling, all of this can be really stressful, but it doesn't have to be. In today's video, you're going to learn 4 ways to make your next launch less stressful and more profitable. So let's discuss. Hi, I'm Muna from Inside Out with Muna, where I help you build and grow your online business and your personal brand. If you're new here or if you've been here before, make sure you subscribe, you like. It really makes such a big difference for this channel and my ability to reach more and more people. So I would really appreciate if you take a moment to just hit those buttons. It makes a huge difference. Now, what is a launch? A launch in your online business is basically a period of time where you are selling your digital product or whatever it is that you want to sell, whether it's an online course, a group coaching program, a one-on-one coaching program, whatever it is that you want to sell. It's that period of time where the doors are open to enrollment, where you are selling big time. Like, this is the focus of this week. So that is what a launch is. And because there are a lot of moving parts during a launch, it can lead to a lot of stress. And add to that the fact that when you are launching and putting yourself out there, it's different than creating regular content. So there is a time in every online business owner's life during a launch where you will experience imposter syndrome, where you will feel like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying this and I'm repeating this again. And what are people gonna say? Is this too expensive? Start questioning yourself. And all of that combined can turn this period into a stressful period. And we wanna avoid that with the 4 things that I'm gonna share with you today. But before we get there, I have a very exciting announcement, which is I created a free workshop, free masterclass for you, where I teach you step by step how to make your first or your next $1,000 in your online business. I walk you through a 5-step process in this video training. It's around 32 minutes and it's so good. I'm really excited about it because I just finished recording it this week and it's ready for you to enjoy for free. So if you would like to learn how to make your next $1,000 in your business, and if you're already making that amount of money and more, trust me, you're really gonna enjoy this 5-step process, which will help you anytime you want to launch and to make more money in your business. So make sure you grab that free training from the link underneath this video. And if you stick around until the end, after I've shared the 4 ways to improve your next launch, I'm also going to be sharing with you 2 things that you must not do during your launch, which you're probably doing because I made these mistakes too and you want to avoid them for sure. So stick around for those. Let's start with the first way to improve your next launch, and that is to set a goal. Sounds super basic, I know, but I missed it. I used to launch without having a goal for my launch, and I would just cross my fingers and hope that the launch goes well and hope for the best. The problem with that is at the end of the launch, you would often hear me say, I think it went well, or I feel it didn't go so well, but I had no numbers and nothing to base this on. It was just based on my feelings, but feelings often tell a different story than numbers. Having a set goal and really deciding and envisioning your goal happening is so helpful to you, whether you reach that goal or not. Because at the end of the launch, if you have reached your goal, you can truly celebrate and feel good about it. And if at the end of the launch you haven't reached your goal, this is not an opportunity for you to feel bad and to be hard on yourself or to start thinking of giving up. This is information. This is data. Now you know you have this goal. You didn't reach that goal. You know that there are things that you can improve for your next launch. So having the numbers in front of you and being clear on what you want and what you're able to achieve at the end will really help you improve the following launches. And it always happens this way. The first launch is rough of the same product, I'm saying. And then the second one gets better, and the third one gets better. And it's not because there's more people, it's because you are learning from the mistakes you made the first time around. And you can only learn if you have numbers to back up what you're talking about. So always start with a goal. The second way is to plan ahead. Now, as I said earlier, during a launch, there's a lot of moving parts. Things are happening at the same time. And the last thing you want to be doing during your launch is scrambling to write emails, to send invoices, to create content. You want these things to be done ahead of time or to be planned ahead of time as well. And when you think about this planning, I want you to think in two directions. The first one is work-wise, like the calendar of the launch, the marketing, the content that's going to go out before the launch, the open cart date. All of these things go into a calendar and you plan ahead. The more you have this plan, the more enjoyable the period of your launch is going to be. But more on that in a minute. But for now, we start first with the planning for work. But something that I used to miss in the past, and I don't want you to miss that, is that you need to include planning for the other parts of your life. What I used to do is be so focused on work and on planning my launch and everything, but I wasn't working towards my calendar with my family, what was happening with my daughter, with my husband, and what was going on in my social life. So I would accept dinner invitations, I would have a birthday party for someone, or, I would be doing other things during the launch. I learned, and I've seen such a difference in my launches, not only in the success of the launches, but how I felt during the launch when I started planning and informing the people around me, my immediate family, that I am in launch week. Now, most of them don't even understand what I mean. My husband gets it, of course, but during launch week, now everybody understands that this is focus time, that I don't want to be distracted with other things. So I don't accept dinner invitations. I don't have social events during that. I prepare myself and my family for the launch as well, because it's a big deal. You're selling for a whole week and you want to be in that space where you are able to focus on just that and not be running around and doing a million other things at the same time. So planning is essential before your next launch. The third way is to create the build-up. Don't surprise people. Listen, in the past, actually, I started my career in an advertising agency and I was a copywriter there. And we, at the time, early 2000s, everything was about teaser campaigns. And the clients that we used to work for were clients who had billboards all over town, TV ads, radio ads, they're all over the place. And they would want us to create campaigns to tease a new product or to tease something that's happening. And those used to work really well because you're driving in your car, you see that billboard, you wonder what's going on, and then they launch or they announce later and it's exciting. This is not the case for us as online business owners. You don't want to be working behind the scenes for weeks and weeks or months and months on a project or a program, and then, surprise, here it is, and you open the doors to this program without building up, without getting your audience excited about something that's coming. You need to talk to them about it, and without teasing them. Tell them what you're working on. Tell them about the group coaching program that you're putting together. Tell them about the online course that you're recording, so that when you do come to launch week, it's not news. It's not something that they've never heard of before, but now they know that the doors are open. The more you build up this kind of anticipation through the information that you share with them, the better your launch will perform. And I've seen this happen with me and with the clients that I've been working with. So always work on the anticipation and the build-up, no surprises, okay? And the fourth way is to manage your energy. During a launch, there's a lot of emotions. There's excitement, there's fear, there's the imposter syndrome that we talked about, which I'll link to another video here where I talked about overcoming the imposter syndrome. All of these feelings are coming up for you. And your job during your launch week and even in the weeks leading up to the launch is to work on making sure that you are in a good state of mind, that you are in a good vibrational state, This is the time to double down on your self-care. I made the mistake of not thinking about that during the first few launches that I had, because I was so, first of all, excited and making all of the mistakes that I told you not to make, like writing the emails during the launch and selling and doing all of the things. And I would miss self-care. I would miss eating well. I would miss sleeping well. I would miss taking care of myself physically. So during launch week would be the weeks that I would stop working out because I'm so busy. Or during launch week is the time where, because I don't have time to cook, that's when I eat and I order out, and usually junk food. And I know for a fact that this affected my launches negatively, because I was the person launching, but I wasn't taking care of myself, and I was feeling tired and drained, staying up super late, waking up very early, and all of that really affected my launches. So my advice to you is to take care of yourself physically, emotionally, mentally. Meditation, double down on that. You know, you want to make yourself feel good. That also means staying away from negativity. Like if somebody calls you and you know they're going to complain, don't answer the phone, because right now your priority is to make yourself feel good so that you can show up powerfully in front of your audience and your potential clients to sell them this amazing product and this amazing offer that you've put together. And here's a bonus tip, number 5, and it is to have fun. It's so easy to take these things so seriously. And it is serious. You're selling, you're launching, you want to make the money, you want to help people, you want to do all of these things. But serious doesn't have to mean that it can't be fun. How can you make this period enjoyable for yourself? I can't tell you what you can do. It's something that is so personal to you, but make sure that you don't take yourself too seriously during this period. Enjoy it and have fun. I used to panic before launches. Now I get excited about launches. When my clients come to me and they say they're feeling burnt out from launching, it's because they are taking it so seriously and they're not having fun in the process, and makes a world of a difference if you start enjoying yourself and enjoying this process. Now onto the 2 things that you should not do during your launch if you want to see proper sales and an improvement in sales. Number 1, resist the temptation to change things around. Now, if you followed what we've been talking about, then you have things planned. You have your emails ready, you have your content ready, you have everything at least planned out. It's so easy during launch, as you're seeing how things are happening, to start questioning yourself and to want to go back into these plans and to change things around. I remember during my early launches that I would feel like I would have, let's say, 7 emails planned during a period of 5 days of open cart. And on the 2nd or 3rd day, if I wasn't seeing a lot of sales, I would go into my email system and start deleting emails. Like, I don't want to annoy people. Maybe I shouldn't send this. You know, you start questioning yourself. Here, what I want to advise you is to trust the old version of yourself who put this plan together. She knew or he knew what they were doing. So step away from your laptop, from wanting to change things. The plan is in place. Launch has started. Don't change things around at all. And the second thing not to do is don't take things personally. I know that it's so easy, especially for business owners like us, where you're selling your teaching and your coaching, and it does feel personal, but I promise you it's not. When people say no to your offer, they're not saying no to you as a person. It's not a personal rejection of you. It's them not wanting what you have to offer right now. It's not the right time. It's not the right product for them. It's all information. And maybe it turns out nobody wants it because it's not a great product. And that doesn't mean anything about you. That means something about the product, which now you can go back into and work on and improve and create an even better version of it. But people saying no to buying from you is not a personal attack or a rejection of you. I hope you found these tips helpful and that you will enjoy and look forward to your next launch, because really it can be a lot of fun and it can bring you a lot of fulfillment and money and revenue. I hope you enjoyed this. Now, before you leave, make sure you grab the free training from underneath this video where I teach you how to make your first or your next $1,000 in your online business. It's an awesome training, a workshop that you will really enjoy. So grab it from underneath this video. Thank you for being with me, and I'll see you next week.